Hello, I'm Carson Avery, and I chose to read a poem from Mouth to Rain. I think I chose this poem just because, from the overview of it, um, it just really elaborates on how the black lesbian women viewed other women. And there's a lot of interesting poems, so it's kind of hard to choose. Um, in a way, to me, a lot of them had the same meaning and like how they explain the woman and just how all these other women viewed these women that they held in such high regards and that they loved and why they loved them, and what they loved about them. So I chose Woman by Audre Lorde. I'm like reading it on my laptop. um, I dream of a place between your breasts to build my house like a haven where I plant crops in your body in endless harvest, where the commonest rock is moonstone and ebony opal, giving milk to all of my hungers, and your night comes down upon me like a nurturing rain. This to me is kind of the perfect poem that kind of just like it explains what all of these poems are explaining, where it says, I dream of a place between your breasts to build my house like a haven. To me, that's almost like saying that's their safe place. Between the breasts is their safe place. And it talks about planting crops and receiving harvest. Like, to invest in such a powerful woman where you get all these things back. And it also talks about, like where I plant my crops in your body in endless harvest, where the commonest rock and moonstone. Then it talks about giving milk to all of my hungers, and your night comes upon me, raining like a nurturing, comes down upon me like a nurturing rain. It just kind of, in a way, explains how the woman is being viewed, how it's something good, nurturing, like you put all of these things and like all of this trust, and you build your crops basically like a farmer, like you plant all these things and then all these good things come out of it. So it's almost like holding this woman in high regards, knowing that you'll get something good out of it, knowing that you'll receive milk, and knowing that all this, like nurturing rain, like it says, will come down upon you, and feed you in a way. So I thought that was a really good poem, and it just really, really elaborates on how fascinated they were with each other, and how they had all these different views about the woman. There's another one that I was looking at, Love Poem, um, where it talks about the woman's hips. It says, make sky flow honey out of my hips, rigid as mountains, spread over a valley, carved out by the mouth of rain. And I knew when I entered her, I was high wind in her forecast, hollow fingers whispering sound, honey flowed. It's just very, very dramatic the way that they write these things about a woman. To me, like, it's just like a different level of almost like respect. I mean, I can never see a man writing this about a woman in so much detail, because honestly, men don't know women like other women do. So that was kind of interesting to me. I'm probably rambling. But yeah, it's just amazing to see how all these women viewed each other, and everything that they say is different, but it means the same thing, if that makes sense. Throughout all these different poems, and just like how passionate they were about what they were writing, and how they would observe the woman and know exactly what to say in their writing. And this is just basically how they felt. I mean, they're writing from the heart, and it's just so deep. I mean, it goes on and on. There's so many different things that I could say, but to say that I dream of a place in this poem between your breasts to build my house, like, they were so passionate about that. They were so passionate about pouring into another woman and entering her body. And I mean, it's just crazy to think about. But yeah, so I did Woman by Audre Lorde, and it's very interesting. I'm very excited to continue to dig into this. Maybe I didn't ramble too much. But yeah. Bye.